Well, howdy there, Internet people. It's Bo again. So, tonight we're going to talk about one of my favorite subjects, planting your yard. And I just realized I'm doing this right after that recession video. There's no hidden meaning there. I don't think anybody's going to have to survive in this manner. I don't think it's going to get that bad. It's just near springtime. And this is something I like to advocate and remind people of early so they can do it. So, growing your own food in your yard. Raspberries, blackberries. We've already got a bunch growing. Got these because my kids enjoyed doing it. We'll plant those tomorrow. It'll take us, we've got a couple more, 10, 15 minutes. And then they'll watch them grow. And it's an experience for everybody involved. And it's beyond that, and it's beyond the food security aspect of it. Yeah, you know, you've got food in your yard if things go really bad. And you end up snacking on this instead of garbage. Your kids get to see that, you know, food doesn't always come out of a window in a brown paper bag with golden arches on it. And then they end up wanting to eat fruit and vegetables because they grow it. Beyond even all of that, there's the added fostering of self-reliance in yourself. Because you see what you can do. You know, it's the U.S. We're all the sons of the pioneers. And it's a thing that we're losing. And a lot of people say that they don't have the yard for it. You probably do. And some people have no yard. A lot of this can be done in containers. I've grown blackberry in containers. You can do potatoes in a trash can. It's just a matter of wanting to do it and wanting that experience. So you have the food security, you have the time spent with your kids, you have the eating healthier, the exercise that goes along with it, the fostering of self-reliance. Then you end up with a fostering of community. I've got a couple of lemon trees that are just mutants. They produce more lemons than any 5 families could ever use. So we give them out to the neighbors. And it fosters that community spirit. You know, these are neighbors that I don't talk to nearly as much as I should. But it's there. There's that little exchange. And I think that's something we're missing. And it's not nostalgia. Nobody talks to their neighbors anymore. It's beyond that. It helps realize a lot of things. You turn on the TV, you read the news, whatever. The world's going to end. We're at our throats. We're on the verge of civil war. Red team, blue team, go. No, we're not. Not really. Those are people in power keeping us divided. Those people in your neighborhood, they're your neighbors. Nothing more. They're not the enemy. It helps foster that community spirit. And if that community spirit grows strong enough, it doesn't matter what the idiots in D.C. tell us to do. Because if your community is strong enough, you can ignore it. It doesn't matter. It ceases to be. There's a lot of reasons to do this. And the least of which is actually the $30, $40 you're going to save on food a year. You end up liking it. You know, it starts off, in my case, I'm going to plant a couple apple trees. Next thing you know, you've got a dozen fruit trees, grapes, pineapples, all kinds of stuff, growing half of it just to see if you could. And it's not hard. The real secret is finding plants that are in your USDA growing zone. There's a chart. You get the right plants and you plant them at the right time. That's really all there is to it. A lot of times people make it harder than it is. Or people want to grow things that don't necessarily grow where they live. There's always something that you can do with this. And the more you experiment with it, the more you enjoy it. you know. And I know people that have pulled out those decorative shrubs by their house and planted raspberries. You know, the purpose of those bushes is to keep people away from your windows. And I promise you, if you don't know, you've never gone into a raspberry bush, nobody wants to. And if they do, they will leave their DNA on those thorns, I promise. I don't advocate a whole lot and say this is something everybody should do if they can. This is something everybody should do if they can. Plant your yard. Anyway, it's just a thought. Y'all have a good night.